Fidelis, welcome to AlphaSpringsEdu and to our series on the power of storytelling. Thank you for taking the time to join me today. Storytelling is a part of AlphaSpringsEdu. Every child can succeed with the right learning support. We believe that school should be enjoyed and not endured. And so, we want to make learning less daunting for families of school-aged children. And over the years, what stands out for us are the little changes and sacrifices of families and educators that together make big differences in a child's academic success. Academic success does not have to be the story of a few kids down the road. It can be and should be the story of every child. That's why, together with educators and families like yourself, we create unique learning plans that meet unique learning needs. And now, Fidelis, you are going to share a challenge that you had in life and how a story helped you to deal with that challenge.
Thank you, Margaret, for sharing this with me. I love talking about education and I love talking about children and how we can continue facilitating our young people to flourish, to bring out the best in themselves, and to continue living in a shared humanity. Although with whatever is happening around us in the world right now, it's so difficult to motivate young people to remain those compassionate human beings that we would like them to be. But I want to go back to a story that was told to me when I was 13 years of age. I went to a boarding Catholic school run by Catholic missionaries, sisters. It was a girls-only school. And Sister loved sharing this story with us when she took our biology class. And it was quite motivating because I wonder whether Sister used to choose this story to talk to us about it because it involved a native African woman who was very resilient and who kept her family together. And just to give the context, this is a story about a woman who lived in the 4th century in North Africa, and her name was Monica. And probably those who read stories about saints, mainly celebrated in the Catholic Church or in the Orthodox Church, know about Saint Monica, who had a son called Augustine. And by the way, I also have a son called Augustine. And my story is very much connected to why I named my son Augustine many years after I had left school. So this woman, Monica, was very committed to ensuring that her son Augustine, who was not the most admirable son in his early years as a youth until he was probably about 18, 19 years of age, and her husband, who was also not the loveliest husband anyone would have loved to have. But Sister did not focus a lot on either Augustine or on Monica's husband. Sister gave us a story of Monica, what kind of a woman she was. And I think she chose this story because we were also in a girls' school, I think. But this story has kept me going, not only as a student for all the years I was a student, but even today as an educator, as well as a mother of 5 children. So Sister spoke to us about St. Monica, was a very prayerful woman, committed. I mean, it's a level of commitment that you wonder how people get this kind of energy, because no matter how much Monica prayed, she did not see the response from her son and her husband, but she never gave up. Why? Sister always brought it out to us and said she was hopeful. And hope is so vital for our children. When we give stories where we show hope, that there will be hope for our children, it ignites them to continue feeling motivated, feeling loved, irrespective of the challenging world where our children are living today. And that hope keeps the kids going to give the best in whatever they engage with. And this is a powerful thing, to keep children giving the best, their best, whether it's in life, whether it's in the academic work, and whether it is just the way they interact with each other and build relationships and keep relationships. And therefore, it's a powerful story because it kept me going. Every time I felt like giving up, I went to that headline of hope that Sister gave us from Monica. How hopeful this woman remained in her life. And there are many times I've gone back to this story where things have not looked very promising. And I go deep and think about, I should tap on my buffer stock of hope, giving that hope. Because all of us, even adults, we are living a life where we find no hope, then living also loses meaning. And there is nothing as vital for us as educators, as adults, as those who interact with young people, than creating hope in our young people's lives. So whenever you have a conversation with a young person, bring out that hope, because it's a hope that drives us.
And secondly, when considering how to increase academic success probability, what advice and suggestion would you give to parents and educators about harnessing, using the power of storytelling in learning?
It is one thing, powerful tool that adults can leverage in passing on knowledge, in passing on some concepts to those young people that they're interacting with, that they're engaging with. Because it is possible for the child to remember what you were trying to teach or what you were trying to pass across, if they can actually connect that with the story. The thing that has kept me going is because I am always able to connect with the story that Sister told me when I was much younger. And when I'm getting to a point where I'm giving up, I go back and connect with that story. So whenever you find yourself in a situation where you think, oh, my son is giving up, or my class is so difficult, or you find yourself even having a conversation with your own children and you're wondering, is this really what I had envisaged for my own child? Tap on the power of a story and identify the purpose that you want to communicate in that story. For all of us will remember stories more and try to get the lessons that we learned from those stories.
Oh, Fidelis, it's so wonderful listening to you. When adults, educators, and even children, students, when they listen to this, they're going to be encouraged. They're going to receive the hope that they need to be able to continue and not to give up. Fidelis, thank you again for joining me to share your insight, to share your perspective on the power of storytelling in learning. Thank you.